As you can see here, we're about 40 days away from the election and on November 5th, and we have two major polls, be that Quinnipiac and also CNN, historically the most Democratic shill-like companies for polling, and they're actually having the election at a virtual tie. As you can see here with the gambling predictions, they also agree. Now, how is it that liberal pollsters that historically have had people like Clinton and Biden 8 points above of Trump coming into the fall of the given election year, how are they projecting a tie, and how the hell is Kamala going to win at this point? Let's get more into it now. So before we look at the individual polls, let's just look at the aggregate so we get a sense of what the race is looking like according to the majority of the polling data. So as you can see here, the RCP average as of, obviously September 25th, it shows Harris at a 2.1 point spread lead. 1v1 against Trump, again, 49.2 to 47.1. Do I believe this is accurate? No. But you can see why so many polls are saying this, right? So, for example, we have great polls like Atlas that I made a video of, the New York Times, which is getting better, apparently, Rasmussen, which is pretty accurate. But we do have some polls that are externalities. You see, Reuters Ipsos ruins the aggregate with their 6% plus Harris prediction, which is asinine. I mean, if Harris is winning the popular vote by 6, I mean, those are Obama numbers, really, against like McCain. And so at that point, you're telling yourself, like, what the hell is going on here? So these polls are not accurate. That being said, you can see Quinnipiac, the third one right here, is brilliantly, a tie, 48% to 48%. And the margin of error is only 2.4, which is interesting. So this is a really bad look for Democrats. As like I said, Quinnipiac is as leftist as it gets. I mean, it's like if you got a news site or a pollster called MAGA Inc. and they had Kamala winning, running away with the election. It's like that bad. You might ask yourself, a tie is a tie. It's like, no. Electoral college benefits Republicans to the tune of about 3 percentage points. What am I telling you? If Harris is winning the race by less than 3, then she's probably going to lose to Trump in the states that matter. Okay, we're talking about North Carolina, Michigan, obviously Nevada, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, all those sort of states. All right, so looking to the side, you can see obviously that these polls are generally done in the past 2 weeks. So you can see that there's a trend that is helping Donald Trump. Now, moving on. All right, so if we look at the battleground states, the 7 of them, Trump is leading by 0.2 percentage points. Again, Kamala Harris was leading these for about a month by about half of a percentage point. So for them to flip is pretty nice. Now, it's a nominal difference at best. Obviously, if Trump is winning all the 7 states by 0.2 aggregate, that does not mean that he's winning all of them by 0.1%. What it means is that he could be winning one by 3, the other one by 0.2, losing the other one by 1, and then on the net, he's still up like a 1.5. And so for that reason, you can't take too much away from this. This is just a vibe check. But if you look at the line item order, you can see that Trump is, again, leading by 0.2 overall. But you look at Arizona, Trump is leading by over 2 points. You see Harris with 0.4 in Nevada, Wisconsin with a +1. You see Michigan with a 1.8 for Harris. And then Pennsylvania by 0.6, Trump, North Carolina by 0.5, and then Trump, Georgia by 2.1. Here's the thing, though. Here's the catch. The distribution of where these votes go is what actually matters in the election. Absent the entire, and I'm not even joking, over 100 million votes in America, they do not matter aside from the fact that these, let's say 50 million votes out of these states are going to be the deciding swing vote. And so for that reason, that's what you need to focus on. Not Harris winning by 2.1 in the national vote. That's irrelevant. It's a corollary at best. We're talking about the specific battleground states. And so this is why this aggregation is so key. Let's hit up the CNN website. CNN poll says Harris leads Trump among young voters but falls short of Biden 2020 margin. No, Kamala, no. We need a new generational leadership, as she cackles. Remember the debate performance in that subsidiary ABC affiliate interview she did? Both disasters in their own rights, low key. But she says something along the lines of like, they ask her, well, sets you apart from the current administration because you're the vice president. She's like, well, I'm not Joe Biden. I represent a new generation of leadership. And which could be true. I mean, if she's leading the march on like innovating knee pads, and then maybe she's doing something for somebody. And you know what? Certain groups need love too. But, the truth is that for her to be falling short of Biden's youth vote is like, what the fuck? It's like, what? It's like, what? Brother. It's like saying you're falling short of knowing how much, it's like, less around a computer than your grandfather. It's like, dude, how the hell do you do this? How are you worse with young people, Kamala? That's your whole point. Your whole point is like, you're 20 years younger. You look a hell of a lot younger than Biden, even past that point. You're a woman. You're of color. And you are more vivacious, purportedly. And yet the orange guy is beating you in that margin. I just don't even know what to say here. I mean, this is a black pill, brutal black pill for Kamala. Look how major this number is, by the way. There's a gender gap between the people under 35, which we can believe, right? So female likely voters and younger than 35 prefer Harris over Trump by 14 points, which is actually really pathetic. If you got all 35-year-old women and younger, so the fertile ones, right? The people that are going to be the most caring about abortion is what I'm getting at. She's only winning them by 14. Are you kidding me? When abortion is like the whole point, you know? It's like if Trump were winning gun owners against an opponent that wants to ban guns purportedly, and he's only winning them by 14. It's like, what the fuck? Are you self-hating or something? I'm asking the demographic in question. Anyhow, and among registered voters, young women are about 15 points likelier than men to have expressed a positive view of Harris, which is true, probably. Now, if you look at the young men, though, male likely voters are closely divided. So it's almost 50-50 with 35 and younger men with Donald Trump and Harris, which is really impressive. And I know this, obviously, like you go to frat guys and they're, again, not to be like a nerd or anything, but they are stupid as hell. But you know what I mean? They're like, yeah, bro, man, yo, Joe Biden sucks, man. Man, fuck Joe Biden. You know, all this sort of thing. They are probably more conservative than before. Now, do they have like a deep intuition about it? No. But do the women that are just voting for Kamala over abortion and the melanin in their skin, are they deep? No, they're skin deep and they're hollow, but okay, fine. All right, now let's look at this, right? So you see this, you know, the CNN people, you know, they'll give the Republicans a W just because the truth, you know, matters a little bit, but then they try to sweep it up at the bottom. So let's see what sort of Clorox they're using. If you look here, they're trying to point out that Trump's favorability rating among young people is only at 34, while Harris has a neutral 47% favorability. But the thing is that even if that's true and they hate Trump more than they hate Harris, how the fuck are they voting in a closer margin for Trump than for Biden historically then? Unless Kamala's policies are just that bad that not even the cackle's off-putting, it's the policies, you know? Like at that point, it's not the personality, it's just the meat behind it, which honestly in that case is actually even worse, because the whole point with Kamala is that it's a joy campaign. She's a happy warrior, but she can't even pull off that. So CNN, very bad news right there. Now, when it comes to the Quinnipiac poll, this is some very good news for conservatives, obviously, all across the country. You see this? Quinnipiac poll shows tightening presidential race. Again, given the context, I'm burdened by the context, as Kamala would say. Listen, Quinnipiac has historically been pro-Biden. Like, they would have Arizona going to Biden by like 6-8 points. Was nothing close to that in real life, which is to point out, obviously, that it's a bias as hell. You know, if you were to flip the narrative, it's like if Quinnipiac were Republican, they'd be saying Trump is winning Virginia by 5. It's like, dude, okay, maybe you're directionally correct, but it's still not correct, okay? For example, so many liberal polls get and skate by off the fact like, oh, we got 2020 right. And it's like, bro, even if you take the election results at face value, which frankly, you need a facelift if you take that on face value because you're not looking right. But anyway, even if you take it at face value, like I said, you would still notice it was a close election when it came down to what mattered. And yet these pollsters are like, well, you know, I guessed Biden winning by 10 and he won by 0.5. Therefore, I was right. It's like, no, you weren't. In fact, if you predicted, let's say Trump, of winning the election by, 50 electoral votes, you were probably more accurate, literally, than most of the liberal polls that had Biden winning, even if Biden was in the White House. Okay? It's just ridiculous. No, this may or may not just tell you the entire story right here. So if you look, nearly 2/3 of voters that were polled by Quinnipiac said that they would like a second debate between Harris and Trump. And about 1/3 of them said that they wanted something otherwise, so like no debate. Last week, Harris had accepted an invitation to a second showdown from CNN. Oh, how brave, by the way. Oh, CNN, I would totally do a debate with you guys that's completely rigged and completely biased and botched. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's like saying, dude, like, what a homer, right? Seriously. Oh, you're so brave, Kamala. You want a second debate. Wow, you're much better than that clown Donald. He's so scared. You know what's crazy is that they're not even calling Donald Trump scared to debate a second time, really, because they know damn well that he knows that it's another trap. You know what I mean? Like they don't even have the balls and the shamelessness to just say like, you're a clown, Donald. You're scared of us. It's like, because they know damn well that they would just manipulate the situation to benefit themselves. ABC was one of the most biased things possible. Harkens back memories. Not my memories, because I was like 9 years old, but there was a debate between Barack Hussein Obama and Mitt Romney, okay, with this moderator, Candy something. And this Candy chick was actually just straight up correcting Romney to protect Obama. It was really disrespectful, and it ruined her own career. It was so biased. ABC people should be fired over their bias in that debate. So anyway, not to meander and to circle, be in a victim circle about the debate. But anyhow, yeah, very brave Kamala. Wow, CNN debate. It's like if Trump said, I'm a very brave guy. We're going to do an interview with Sean Hannity. In fact, we're going to do a Trump MAGA debate. The moderators are going to be Ivanka, Eric, and Donald Jr. Wow, you're so brave, Donald. It's like, no, dude, that's biased, bro. Like, get somebody like Joe Rogan. I don't know, do something. Get some, moderate a debate with some librarian in Kansas. Like somebody who doesn't even care. They'll know the rules. Get some debate high school teacher. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, Trump said during the debate campaign event that he was going to reject the debate, that it's too late to do another one. Now, this is a W for Trump because what did Donald say? When a prize fight winner wins a boxing match, do they ever want a rematch? No. Who wants a rematch? A loser. So why would he want a rerun? Interesting. Good spin. Good spin. W Cope. But anyway, another new poll conducted by CNN has Harris getting 48% support while Trump got 47%, which again for CNN is very conservative. So that's great. Alrighty, chat. So that was that. Basically, in summary, these polls are tightening, and these are liberal pollsters that are tightening the results. So either they're just being more honest with the real results, or they're actually just realizing, like, oh God, the cascade is coming. And if they think that Trump winning is an inevitability, they might very well just make the polls more accurate so they don't look so stupid for the next election cycle. So they still keep their funding. But with these people, you never know what their angle is. So anyway, Donald Trump seems pretty poised to win. I feel very, very white-pilled, so to speak. Very happy in youth terms. Okay, so comment down below if you have any commentary, and I'll read every single one. It takes me a while to get to them, I know, because I was in Philadelphia for 4 days. My finger started bleeding out of nowhere. I have all these marks that I can't, I needed. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next one. Subscribe if you haven't yet, like if you haven't yet, and I'll see you on the next video. Adios.